Adam with ABC in Louisville. Shane, how was Gorgie? How did he handle such a good performance after the game last night?
I think he handled it pretty well. We had his back the whole time, and I mean, he did a tremendous job on a big man, walling up to him and not getting in foul trouble. And I mean, that's a big plus on his end. So, and he got a lot of block shots last night too. So,
questions for the student athletes. Let's go here to the left. I mean, to our right, to your left.
Howie Lindsay, Louisville Rivals. Peyton, or Chris, either one. What challenge does Florida guards pose?
Why don't you both take that? Peyton first.
The Florida guards are really good. They each can shoot 3-point. Irvin Walker's quick. Kenny Boyd can shoot. Bradley Beal can shoot. They're all good. And it's going to be our job to contain them and keep them off the 3-point line and limit the 3-point field goals.
Chris?
Well, it's their, their speed and their passing. We'll just have to really contain that.
Okay, to the left.
Steve Andrus, Fox in Louisville. Gorgie, a lot of the Florida players and the coach were comparing you to what they faced in Kentucky's Anthony Davis. How similar do you think you are to him? How similar do you think you are to Kentucky's Anthony Davis? A lot of the Florida players were comparing you to him.
I mean, like, he's a good shot blocker. He's not strong. We pretty have the same style of game. Just yeah.
Okay, more questions for the student athletes. Let's go back here.
Question for Chris, why or Kyle either. Why do you think your defense has been so effective at stopping threes, and how big of a challenge is that going to be against a Florida team that loves to shoot them?
Why don't you both take it? Chris first.
Can you repeat the question, please? I can't hear.
Why do you think your defense has been so effective at stopping teams from shooting threes effectively, and how difficult will that be against a Florida team that loves to shoot it?
Well, our ball pressure is, like tremendous. We trace the ball wherever it goes, and we just really try to keep it out of, reach of the 3-point line. And with this team, we have to, step out even deeper with NBA range because those guys can really shoot it.
Kyle?
Pretty much like Chris said, we just putting pressure on the pass so they can't get a clean pass, and they can't get the shot off as quick. And just we extend our defense to the point where they have to shoot the ball really deep or under duress.
Okay, we'll stay on the aisle.
Kyle, so much was made before the season of the captains and taking leadership of the team. Have you had to lead these young guys, or have they come along at a pretty good pace?
I think they've come along at a very good pace. Like I said last night, they didn't play like freshmen, sophomores. They played like seniors that really wanted to win and wanted to advance.
To the left.
Chip Cosby, CN2. Shane, talk about Eric Murphy. He's a stretch forward that steps out and shoots a lot of threes. I mean, are you going to have to, talk about being, aware of him outside the 3-point line?
I just can't play off of him when guards get drove on. Lil P told me just try to contain, stay with him, and I mean, I got an advantage over him with jumping ability and my strength. So I'm just trying to take full advantage as I can. So.
Okay, questions for the student athletes. To the left.
Steve Andrus again with Fox and Louisville. Peyton, a lot has been made of Florida. How many threes they shoot? Nobody's made more per game than them this year. How much do you think that will adjust your defense, if at all?
I think we'll do the same. We played teams that shot the ball like them. Cincinnati, they shot the ball 3-4 feet behind the 3-point line, and I think we're going to have to do the same thing we did against them, extend our zone, and try to run them off the 3-point line. They're a great shooting team, like you said. They make over 10 3-point field goals a game, so it's going to be a tough job, but I believe in our guards to put a lot of pressure in their guards to keep them on the 3-point line.
On the aisle.
David Moore, USA Today. This is for Peyton and Chris. Last night, Florida had a little bit of trouble scoring the ball, and their guard, Bradley Beal, sort of took over at one point, went into the lane aggressively, and did some things to get them on the scoreboard. I wonder if you guys have noticed if he's like a particular threat or what you think about his game.
Peyton, you first.
Bradley Beal is a great player. He's going to be first-round pick this year. He's a great ball player, and he's second leading rebounder on our team, so he could do different things on the team, and I mean he can shoot exceptionally well. So it's going to be tough for us to try to contain him and just limit his shots and try to get the ball out of his hands. But like I said, he's a great player. He led their team this far, so it's gonna be a tough job.
Chris?
I would say, we have to just limit his touches and play great team defense all around to, just keep the ball out of his hands.
Another to the left.
Shane, you guys have thrived so much on this us against the world mentality throughout this postseason. Does it seem a little awkward now that you have a game where you're expected to win against a lower seed?
Yeah, it do feel awkward just knowing that throughout the whole regular season, people was, kind of down us. But once we won the Big East tournament, I mean, now they try to have faith in us and stuff like that. But we just don't let it get to us. We just got to stick together as a team, and only worry about the people that's inside the locker room with us and in between the lines when we go play. So.
Questions for the student athletes? No. On the aisle?
Gorgie, you've done such a good job in the Big East tournament, I guess defying odds there. You didn't make honorable mention even in the Big East tournament. How much for you is proving people wrong? I know you always say, I just want to win. Do you enjoy, I guess, showing yourself on this kind of stage?
It's not all about me, We always have my teammates got me back, I might be like playing good defense down low, but, that's all them. It's not about me. And, we just, like I said, like I told you yesterday, I have one thing in my mentality, then I just want to win. I don't care what people are saying, even it's good or bad. I want to stay focused to our goals. Then I think we all are in the same page, and we just want to win. So whatever people say, as long as we win, that's all I care about.
To the right.
For Peyton, Chris, or Kyle, Howie Lindsay with Louisville Rivals, do you watch film of Florida and think, hey, that's our press, or we run that, or we run that set? How often does that occur?
Peyton, you want to go first?
Florida, they have different sets than us, and but they like to get up and down. They like to shoot a lot of threes, and Coach P coached him, and he worked under Coach P, so you're going to see a couple of similar sets, but this is a lot different than you would expect, but the style of play is still the same. They like to get up and down and shoot threes, but they're a good team. So,
Chris,
they they play pretty tough defense and in their press, but other than that, like Peyton said, they have pretty different plays than us. They run a lot of dribble drive to get jump shots. So.
Next question to the left.
Peyton, so much has been made. It's been well documented, your relationship with your father. Just curious if during games, either in the tournament or throughout the year, do you ever actually hear him screaming over the rest of the crowd or take a look over to see what he's doing out there in the crowd?
I actually don't hear it. I'm used to it, so I actually don't hear it. But Coach P tells me, and the rest of my team tells me how loud he is behind the bench. Coach P has to turn around and tell him to be quiet sometimes. But for me, I learned to block it out since I was in high school and middle school. So I can't really hear him, but Coach hears him. So he's just he turns around and tells him to be quiet sometimes.
More questions for student athletes from Louisville? No more questions? Let's try another one on the aisle.
Peyton, 25 years ago, Coach B had a point guard, and he ended up 25 years later playing him. In 25 years, could we expect maybe a Coach Peyton Siva?
I have no idea. I'm probably not as bright as Coach Donovan is. He's a great coach, and one day, hopefully, I can. And but who knows? Coach P produced a lot of coaches, so hopefully I can follow in their footsteps. But I just want to continue playing basketball as of now.
Continue to the right.
To that same end, you know, Coach Pitino dressed Billy Donovan up in a hat and spurs and put him on the front of a media guide. If Coach came to you with that idea and said, "You're Peyton the Kid or Billy the Kid," would you be up for that?
What I learned, I'll do whatever Coach P wants me to do. You can ask me to go put a tutu on in front of ESPN, I'll go do that. But, you know, I trust my coach, and I know he won't put me in no bad situations.